Hi everyone, Sandra here and welcome back to my channel. And in today's episode, my cat's just walked in. I've been asked some advice on overdying the Ragsula silk. I honestly haven't had a lot of luck with the silks. I know I've done it in previous, but I find the silks to be a little bit they have a mind of their own. Anyhow, I want to overdye this Monarch skirt from Kantha. I like the colour, but I want it to be more of a fall colour so I can wear it in fall. And for that, I've got my water boiling in, because you need your water quite hot. So I've got the water boiling at the moment. You can put the TV back on if you want, love. I've got my trusted gloves. Always wear your gloves, okay? Whenever you are dyeing silk, use white vinegar and not salt. You only use salt to set it in regular fabrics, but in silk it has to be white vinegar. And I just googled to see if you could use any other kind of vinegar, like apple cider or something like that, and it came up and started laughing at me on Google. It went, no, no, white vinegar, girl, white vinegar. So white vinegar, it actually helps the dye adhere to the fabric, but it doesn't set the dye for long-term use, if you know what I mean. That's what it said anyhow. But it just helps the dye adhere better. So sort of half a cup of your white distilled vinegar. Next to your colours, I've only got dark green left and I don't even have a full one. So it's going to be dark green, and I googled dark green and orange and it came up with sort of an olive colour, and that would suit me. Any kind of olivey, brown, fall colour I'm happy with. So if it works and it comes out a green, that's great. And this is the RIT. This is not the RIT for synthetics. It actually says on the regular RIT it can dye silk as well, so silk as well as cottons, linens, etc, etc. So you just need your regular RIT. Yeah, so I've got the dark green there, and it does tell you, I mean, it gives you a lot of instructions on the back if you've got good eyes. I just kind of wing it, you know me. The next thing I've got is the RIT Colour Stay Dye Fixative, and this is what keeps the dye in the fabric for a longer period of time, and this is what I do last. So yeah, like I say, the white vinegar will help it adhere to the silk, allegedly. We're going to find that out. But the RIT Colour Fixative is what, I'm just taking this off, it's annoying me, is what helps the colour stay for a longer period of time. I get mine from Amazon because I can't get any in the local shops, and you get a pack of 3. In fact, most of these I get from Amazon now because my local Joanne Fabrics and that don't really have them in. So what you also want to do with your silk before you do anything, before you do any colour thing, is you've got to give it a wash, okay? It's already got stuff on it, especially if it's new. I have a front loader machine, and I just pop it in as it is on its own with just the washing detergent. And I use fragrance free, colour free, you know, all of that. So I just use one that's got no fragrances in. And I just give it a quick wash just to make sure that everything that may have been sprayed on it has come off, and we can hopefully get a more even-ish kind of colour. But do not use the fabric softener with it as well. You just want a detergent, you just want to pull anything off. And this is still a bit damp. Now, as you can see with this has got lots of different patterns running through it. I don't mind if those patterns still show up, I quite like that, just in a darker colour. So this is her. Okay, like I say, I've got my water boiling. It's been boiling for quite a while, and I've only got a wok to do it in, so that's the only size I've got is that. And then I've measured out half a cup of distilled vinegar, and that's going in to start doing whatever it is it does, hopefully. But one other thing you need your trusted spoon. As you can see, I've been dyeing with this one. This is my dye spoon. So that's my dye spoon. Now, like I say, I don't have the full thing of this, otherwise I would put it in. I've got maybe just over a half, so I'm going to lob the whole half of it in. If I find out it's not enough in the end and it doesn't change, I've got a charcoal grey that I can add and see what colour that comes out. Another thing, guys, if you've ever tried overdyeing any fabric, especially Kantha Bay fabric, it never always, like, you might have an idea of a colour in mind, but unless your fabric is completely white, you ain't going to get that colour. You might get a close enough colour, you might get within the same colour scheme, hopefully, but unless your fabric is white, you're never going to get that exact colour, I've found, okay? So just be a bit open-minded, as long as it's within the colour family of what you want. Okay, I'm just going to give this a stir. I have no idea. I have no idea how this is going to turn. I don't even know if my pan's big enough. It doesn't look big enough, does it? But we'll try it. And I'm going to put it in head first. Let's just do it. Once it's boiled and it's got really hot, I will transfer it to the sink because it's bigger. But right at the moment, like I say, any of the dark full colours I'll be happy with. Unless it doesn't take it all, in which case, yeah. Well, it looks like it's going a colour. I'm not sure what colour it's going. It looks like it's turning dark red. Where it was orange, it looks like it's turning a dark red, even wine colour. But like I say, I haven't had a lot of luck with the Ragsula silk. Okay, so I guess if it comes to it, I'll just add the charcoal to it and just do it like a charcoaly colour. I'm not really sure, but let's give it a couple of minutes, see how it goes, because it's not going dark. Somebody did ask me whether you can use the RIT colour, the colour remover. I don't think I've tried it on the Ragsula, and I don't actually have any to try, so I can't try that, my darlings. But it looks like it's turning a darker colour, but it's definitely not turning olive. And, you know, like it said on the internet, and you would think it would, it seems to have turned like a dark salmon colour. If it doesn't go as dark as I want it, what I'll probably do is I'll fill the sink up with the charcoal, and we'll add the charcoal to it and see what colour. But as you can see, and this is good to see, really. You know, this is why I do these videos, because I want you to see the fact that, like I say, this was orange and white to start off with. If you add dark green to it, it should be going an olivey, in that kind of range. It's not going that colour at all. So that's why I say, that's why I have one of these. That's why I say you need to be open if you're going to start with silks, that it may not turn out the colour you want it. That's what I found. I found it with some of the Kantha fabrics, but definitely with the silks. But I did want this a dark colour, so I'm not that upset about it. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the sink up with the charcoal grey now, and then we're going to transfer this over, and we're going to see if we can mix those two colours just to get this a little bit darker. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so what I've done is I've put a whole bottle of the charcoal in there, and then I've taken the skirt out, and then I've mixed it in with the green in the water to get it all mixed together. And now we're going to add the skirt. See whether that does anything. She's definitely looking darker. Proof of the pudding is when it's washed though, that's the only thing, whether this actually stays or not. That was awfully warm. Now it's looking on the screen like it's gone a purpley colour, but it's actually gone sort of grey. I don't even know what's happened there, look at that. What's happened there? I don't know. Okay, my dears, I'm going to clean up my mess for a minute and we're going to leave that for 5-10 minutes, come back and see what colour it's showing as before I add the fixative. See you in a minute. Okay, so I'm back and now what I'm doing is I've added the red colour, the one, you know, the bottle that makes it stay. I'm adding it to this water. This water's quite hot, and then it's the colour fixative. I've added a whole bottle because I want as much of the colour to stay as possible, because I don't know if this is going to wash out. You'll see some colour coming out in the sink. Now when I took it out the colour, all I did was strain the colour. I didn't give it a rinse and nothing, I just added the colour fixative straight away. And now she's getting a little, you know. She's not going to come out the colour you think she would have though. Okay, so I'm going to leave that. I'm actually going to leave that for like 5-10 minutes. See you in a minute. Okay, my dear, so I've taken her out now, and because silk is very porous, what I've done is I've just given her one rinse in cold water, just once, just to get that fabric. It's a bit like the ends of your hair, I suppose, just to get it to sort of close up, the fabric to close up. This is the colour it's come out, but it's probably not going to be that colour when it's washed. She's going to get 2 washes now. I do one in a cool setting without any fabric, you know, detergent whatsoever. And then the second one will be on a warmer wash, an eco warm, with the wash and the softener. So I'll let you know how they come out in a minute. And here is the final skirt. I have to say the colours are, it's definitely a moody colour. See how they came out? It's definitely, it looks like steel and bronze to me. I think that's the best way to describe it. And you know, it was sort of different orange colour there and there, because it was all different colours all the way through. But overall, I'm liking it, and I would say she has come out definitely steel and bronze, 2 nice colours. And then the buttons also overdyed. The buttons overdyed black. Let me show you a close-up, or the best close-up that I can of her. So the buttons turned out dark, I think that's a good colourway. So she's definitely lots of different colours, but they all sort of blend really well. I'm going to definitely wear it now. It was too light for me before. Didn't see that? I'm not showing if it's coming up, the colours it's coming up. Might be coming up showing lighter on screen, but she's definitely quite dark. There you go. So let me pop her back on without tearing her. It is late in the day, guys, so I'm not sure what the lighting's going to be like. But with my trusted Kiss Tea, I think she goes well. Can I tuck my Kiss Tea in, or does it look better out? There you go. My thoughts on dyeing the Ragsula silk. It's not the easiest of the silks to dye. I'm sorry, but I've tried different ones. The crepe silk is quite good. The silk, I don't know. It's hard to tell, but this, realistically, when I tried dyeing the orange with the green, it should have come out an olivey colour, and every other colours that I've dyed before, it would have. Like I say, you take your chance. Now, I know that it didn't really turn it, you know, I had to add the charcoal to it to give it some kind of colour. But even now you can see, you would have thought just on fabric, the amount of bottles that I've used, it would have done that completely solid. But on silk, I still maintained the pattern and it has darkened it. So overall, she gets sort of a, I don't know, I mean, it wasn't the colour I was going for, but I like the colour. So it's not going to get the full 10 out of 10, but that's all I want to say is when you start with the silks, just know if something's Ragsula, and if you're not sure if it is or not, go to the Kantha Bay website, go to that type of item, like with this skirt, and it will tell you, and it'll tell you what it's made out of. I'm pretty sure this was the Ragsula. It doesn't feel like crepe to me, it feels like the Ragsula. And like I say, it did take, but as to what colour I was going to get, I mean, I would never have picked it as being this colour here. It just looks like it darkened up the orange. I mean, you tell me. So yes, I'm happy with it, but yeah, I couldn't tell you 100%. Yes, go for it. You're going to get that colour. I think you have to look at the piece that you own, and what you have to do is you have to decide, is that a colour that you really don't like? If you don't like the colour it is right at the moment, either sell it or try doing it a different colour. I haven't, like I say, I did not have anything to do the colour removal on this, but I kind of wanted to keep the pattern, to be honest. It gives it that sort of, it gives it some dimension to it, I think, keeping the pattern. And I've got to say that the pattern remained a lot. I mean, you can see the pattern on this. It remained. I can still see all the flowers and everything. And where it's not the same colour all the way down is because there were different, you know, different colour silks. But it picks up what it wants to pick up, guys. That's all I'm saying. So I hope you like this. This was my tutorial on overdyeing a Monarch. It is a Monarch, yeah. I got my new cardigan in. Let's try it with that. I'm not sure if it's going to go with my Travellands cardigan, but I guess we could try. Overall, I like it. It's got a grungy kind of feel to it, you know, sort of. That's what I think. It has a grungy kind of feel to it. I like the way it turned out. I'm going to wear it now because I actually really like the colour. See if this cardie looks okay. And there she is. Thank you for watching, guys. Any comments would be appreciated. I'm not a professional with any of this. I just wanted you to show you my results, okay, before you go and try something yourself. Like I've said, I'm going to repeat it again. If you have a piece from Kantha Bay and you do not know what type of silk it is, if it is a silk piece, then go to Kantha Bay and find sort of, you know, like you can look up Monarch skirts and it'll tell you what the actual fabric is made out of. And yeah, I mean, just be open to anything. I'm glad it came out this colour. I can wear it like this. This is what I'm going to wear it like tomorrow. I really like the way it turned out. It's blown me away that it turned out this colour and not the colour I thought it was going to be, but I'm happy with that. In the meantime, thanks guys. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thought the cat was there. And I will see y'all with my next review, which might be tomorrow. Bye.